Hello guys, and welcome to another commentary done by Firexfred. I actually just recorded about five minutes of a commentary without actually pushing the record button on my computer. But anyway, this is Firexfred giving you a commentary right here, right now, and it has been so long since I've actually done one of these things. I've been super busy with school, studying, and doing homework and such. I just haven't been able to actually do one of these for a long time, so I'm a little bit rusty. Don't flame me too bad, all you people that watch my videos. LOL, get it? Because nobody watches these. Anyway, so vVvTime here is the player that we have spawning down here in the bottom of Metalopolis as the blue Protoss. vVvTime, or as I like to say, vVvTime, because the middle V there, it's capitalized, so you have to say it a little bit louder. Time. Yeah, get used to that. I'm going to be saying it all day long. FXOSheth up here is in the top, the north position as our purple Zerg player. FXOSheth, of course, from the team FXO, FX Open. And his ZvP is actually so nice to watch. It is refreshing to watch. It's not just a sit back and get crushed by a death ball 20 minutes into the game style. It's more of a harass-based style, and more Zergs are figuring out how to do this. It is actually pretty hard to pull off, especially compared to what a Protoss actually has to do to get up his death ball. But I might be a little bit biased because I do play Zerg, but I have played Protoss as well. I played that for a couple months back in the beginning of the SC2 from the beta and so forth. But anyway, enough about that. We're going to have to see what these two are going to want to do. It looks like pretty standard timings for just about everything. We see that 14 gas and the 14 pool coming down for FXOSheth, and a little bit of banter coming on between these two players. FXOSheth actually has a very nice stream that you can go watch. It's an excellent stream. You can find it on teamliquid.net. There will be a link to it, but I think it is JustinTV/FXOSheth if I'm remembering correctly. And yes, definitely go watch that if you're a Zerg player. If you're not a Zerg player, it's very entertaining. It's very informative. That is something that you definitely do want to do. I'll put a link to that in the video description, so you can check that out. And vVvTime, I'm not sure if he streams or whatnot. He might, I'm not actually sure. Of course, teamliquid.net is the best resource that you can have for all your streaming needs, anything that you ever need to do StarCraft 2 related. Teamliquid.net is your place to go. So we do see that this Overlord is going to come in, and he's going to want to get out of there pretty quick because a Stalker could be coming out anytime. But we do see a couple of Zerglings coming over here to protect him. More Zerglings. We're able to usually get these 4 Zerglings out as Zerg, excuse me there, just so you can, if there's a probe trying to block your expansion, you can kill those off. And we do see that the spawning pool metabolic boost research is being researched, and Sheth has taken guys off of gas, so going to see what he's going to do. We do see 2 more gateways coming down for vVvTime right now, or time I should say. Looks like he's going to be doing a very standard 3-gate sentry expand. He does have the double gas and the 3 gateways. So it looks like that's what he's going to be doing at this time. Sheth just searching around for any sort of proxy pylon that could be in the area, just in case any sort of 4 warp gate or any sort of warp gate rush were to happen to him. That pylon would be very good to take out, and a couple of Zerglings being taken out just now by 2 sentries and 1 zealot. So we're going to see what Sheth is going to do to respond to this. He has a lot of drones here. Going to want to transfer over to this very fresh new base. He has the double queens out now, and we do see 14 Zerglings actually on the way as this Nexus comes down. So usually Zerg players have been wanting to just not make Zerglings or not make any units other than drones for basically the whole first part of the game, and then try and just, once they get their economy really rolling, just pumping out those units right away. But it looks like Sheth is not going to be doing that. He's going to be getting a couple of Zerglings right here in the beginning of the game. Really, they don't cost a lot of money. They're pretty cheap, but what they do cost is larvae. So we're going to make sure that Sheth is definitely getting those injects, hitting those injects every time he can. It looks like a little bit of a flank is going to happen for Sheth. Some force fields were thrown down into complete wrong position. Some nice force fields there, going to block off a lot of the surface area from these Zerglings, but it looks like there are just too many Zerglings here actually They're going to be able to take out so many sentries, and that is so much gas. The vVvTime did not want to have lost, and now they're probably going to be able to force this cancel on this Nexus. Actually, the Nexus has a lot of life. It looks like Probe's being pulled, and yes, he is going to be able to ward off this attack for just a little bit, but Sheth is still going to be here. He has quite a few Zerglings here right now, 9 Zerglings, and a Forge going down. That's going to be taken out very quickly. It does go down. The Probe's a lot of mining time being lost right now. Meantime, we see that the third for Sheth is actually going down right now, so he's using this little bit of a distraction from these Zerglings to actually just macro up like crazy, getting more Zerglings actually on the way. He's gonna get so close to actually nice force field there from Time to stop those Zerglings from running in, and it looks like these Zealots are gonna be able to ward off these Zerglings for now. But the third has just finished for Sheth, and he has a couple more Queens on the way. He's been keeping up with his inject. Let's take a look at the income tab. It's actually vVvTime is actually a little bit ahead right now, but with these 3 hatches, Sheth is going to be able to just shoot up in. Oh, and he gets a couple of Zerglings in the Bane base. Probe's being forced to pulled again, and these Zerglings over here could counter on the natural expansion right now if they wanted to. The force field actually was a little bit late, and it blocked Time's own units. Now these Zerglings coming in, getting a couple of kills on Probes. A Stalker being warped in to try and ward those off, and these Zerglings could run in, but it looks like a cannon is going to finish up, and a couple of Zealots are also going to finish up. Overlord migration happening right now. I don't think that is on purpose. I think the hatcheries are just rallied down here, and those Overlords need to really get back home sometime soon. And Roaches now coming in to do a little bit of extra damage. Also, just because these Zerglings on their own are not very good against Zealots, but the Roaches do a decent job against Zealots, and oh my gosh, the Zerglings getting perfect surround on all those sentries. More and more sentries going down. That's not something that Time wants to have happen at all. More and more Roaches streaming in. We just see a constant stream of purple units. Actually, it's stopped down just a little bit. That looks like that's just Overlords headed over now. But the key thing is that so many sentries have gone down already. These Roaches are hungry for sentry blood. They get it at what cost? The cost of their lives, but it was worth it. This one Roach a little bit late to the party. This Overlord also going to be taken out, but it looks like these Zerglings need to get out of there. A little bit of a regroup from Sheth should be able to ward off this little bit of a push out from Time. More and more units coming in from all sides. And we do see on the Harvester count that Time is actually still a little bit ahead. He is starting to get some tech up. He has a couple more gateways going down. He has the +1 ground armor on the way, as he already does have that +1 attack. And let's take a look at the production tab. We got an Immortal on the way, as well as a couple more Zerglings and Roaches for Sheth. So it looks like he's going to mass up once again and do another little push. He is quite a ways behind on the Harvester count right now, as it is 50 probes to the mere 38 drones of Sheth. But he does have a fairly large army right now. He has a little bit of a larger army than Time. It's going to count a lot on force field, but as we see, there are actually no sentries left because he was able to kill off so many, and a beautiful surround on those Stalkers by those Zerglings. That is so beautiful. That is wow, that is actually so fantastic. And this Immortal is not going to do very well against Zerglings. This cannon's going to help out just a little bit, but it looks like this entire army is going to go down. No, Time is retreating to the safety of these 2 cannons, and one more Immortal does pop out, and it looks like that's going to be all that he needs to ward off this attack.